Good afternoon, welcome to a new update, and today we're going to discuss two projects that might be following Solana towards $100. And also it's a pretty good day as the Dutch equity markets are almost reaching a new all-time high, and also the US stock markets are bouncing back swiftly. So before we continue, do not forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and also do not forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram and like the YouTube video. Tomorrow we're back with a camera. Right now I'm feeling very comfortable without the camera, yes. So face cam is different today as well. What do we see? Well, we did see that initial big move on Bitcoin already, right? So we did see that nice bounce towards 44k. However, the actual fact right now is that we couldn't really break through 44.6. And 44.6 is the crucial breaker here. 44.6k is the one that we should be passing through, and then the gates are open towards 47k. So in between, we're probably going to face some consolidative movements on the market, and that's what we can see right now, in which we can also see that altcoins are bouncing back in a massive way. And we've seen Sealer making new all-time highs. We've also seen Cardano bouncing back nicely, Avalanche making new all-time highs. And I'm going to make a new update on Sunday on the Avalanche ecosystem and an entire new topic on the YouTube channel, but I think it will be quite beneficial. Looking at the structure of the markets at this point, Bitcoin has seen that rejection here, so the entire region around 44.6k is still the crucial one that we have to break through. I think if we really want to continue moving with the markets, we have to pass through that one. However, we also did see that we were facing or holding support at this stage. So this entire region is one that we should be looking at for a potential short-term bounce. And I've discussed it briefly on the update earlier. 43.3 was discussed in the update this morning, and we got a beautiful bounce there, through which we might be facing an actual continuation pattern. And it, as in, if you discuss the max pain scenario right now, is that we're continuing to break upwards. Why is that? Well, if you go back in time, and the recent corrective move was quite comparable. If you go back in time, when we were facing the actual price movements around 29 to 30k, that was a phase where people were assuming Bitcoin would be crashing towards 20k. And what is the maximum pain scenario when you want to have a reversal is that you clearly don't get any correction at all, resulting in the fact that there will be more and more FOMO the higher the price comes, and that is what we have experienced in the recent run in July and August. Going back to the situation right now, what we have witnessed is a beautiful higher time frame retest of the area between 38 to 40k, resulting in a beautiful bounce towards 44.6, while the assumption was made that Bitcoin would have been going down towards 38 or even lower, as there was a certain fear around Evergrande and the potential collapse of that company, resulting in a further downwards move. So what you want to experience at this stage, or what you want to see with the price action at this point, is that Bitcoin only gets a very minimal corrective move, as the market doesn't really provide you beautiful entry points to get into the markets, as usually you have to buy into the markets when you feel uncertain about that actual buy. So at this stage, we are seeing a fact where we've reached that resistance point. We've bounced on a very minimal support level here, which is more or less intraday. And if we lose the level around 43.3, I think we will be seeing some corrective move toward the entire region around 42k. But deeper, you don't really want to see the market correct at this stage, given the fact of the max pain scenario. Even around this area, the funding was negative on the markets, meaning that there were more people looking at shorts at this stage. And still people eager to expect downwards movements, through which the anticipation of a potential breakout to the upside will result in a very big move towards like 47k. So the levels to watch for me personally on Bitcoin at this stage, 43.3 and the entire region around 42k. If this level holds here, I'm assuming we're going to retest resistance one more time, and I'm also going to assume that we're going to have a breakout towards 47k. When we're looking at altcoins at this stage, we can see a very similar structure overall. We can see that we are having a daily engulfing candle, which we have been seeing previously too. However, if you want to look at a pretty nice breakout on the markets in itself, you want to clearly get some higher low confirmation here. You have to look at lower time frames, but overall you're going to look at the potential breakout that can be happening if a higher low is created. And if that higher low is created, we most likely get continuation, and so is what we are seeing right now across markets, with a very big bounce like we have been seeing on Atom. We have been called the title of this YouTube video, which is around Atom going towards $100, which is still the fact that I'm looking at this stage. The previous impulse wave was a run towards $32, and we've had a previous low at $8. That created a potential target around $47, which was this region, and we've hit that level beautifully. However, in the current run, we are seeing that we are seeing a higher high. So in that perspective, if the next impulse wave is going to take or going to happen at this point, assuming that the market is in this cycle here, so we're going to have some more consolidation before continuation, but more on that topic in a little bit. If a breakout happens, we are still targeting $65, and as you can see, the next Fibonacci level is around $105. That is about a 2.5x from here, but that is not too strange, as the entire layer 1 structure is currently the ones that are running heavily. So Phantom, Solana, Avalanche, all doing fine. Some layer 1s are not waking up yet, and therefore I'm assuming that they will be waking up even more in the near future, and especially then we're going to see continuation happening on the markets for Atom and Polkadot overall. So the target of $100 is still there, and when we look at the current price structure, we can see that there has been a beautiful retest. I've also been discussing levels that you should be watching if you want to get into the markets, and that's marked here around the previous high, which was around $30, which resulted in a beautiful bounce of around 30 to 40%. When we're looking at lower time frames, we can see that we're actually making a nice structure of consolidation here, and the overall structure of max pain scenario is what you're seeing here. So we do create a higher low here, and we break up without a real corrective move. If you would have been suggesting a beautiful entry point here if you want to get into Atom, you're going to look at the entire region around 32 to 34 bucks. That is the best entry point if you want to get into the markets, given the structure and given the entire order block that we can see there. So that is a level that you should be watching. But overall, I'm assuming that we might be facing a relatively short corrective move towards 36 to 38 bucks, and then we usually are going to continue moving if the markets are truly bullish at this stage. If that region is lost and we do not create support resistance flip, of course we are going to look at 32 next. When we're looking at the Bitcoin pair of Atom at this stage, we also see those beautiful retests, right? Not entirely on a daily structure, but we have been discussing it. But when we look at lower time frames, we can get that beautiful retest here on the level that we have been seeing as previous high. Over here we do, and that has seen a beautiful retest resulting in continuation. Same conclusion on the Bitcoin pair for Atom. Support here, best entry point, not sure whether we're going to get it. If we're going to get it beautiful, but I would suggest to look around 8,500 next too. If we're going to get continuation on the markets for Atom, you're going to look at a potential target point around 15k sets. And also based on the previous target point, we still have the assumption of continuation out of this structure, but you clearly want to use this impulse wave right now as the next target points, and that is getting you towards 14k sets and also 20k sets. So is Atom going to run towards 100 bucks? Most likely it will. Markets are doing fine. We have to create a higher low, and then the alt season can just continue. And after layer 1s, layer 2s will probably continue moving, and also we'll probably be seeing DeFi and oracles waking up nicely, as that entire section has not been showing anything at all in the markets at this point, and I think they'll be waking up quite nicely. Finally, do not forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel, like the YouTube update, and check me out on Twitter and Instagram, where you can find more content. And I'll see you again tomorrow.